Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy and welcome back to another episode of Air. So, we are in the summer route, so let's continue forward. Kanna turned around and Uraha was there smiling at her. She succeeded in concealing her presence once again. Aww! Uraha let slide her sleeves on the tatami mat and gently placed a serving tray on the floor. Also, I had to realize. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I realized that this route does not have a CG mode, so I can't go back after I'm done recording and take screenshots of the CGs. I have to do it in game, sadly. Alright. On it was a heap of pure white snow. Where did you get that ice? I was walking past the wine brewery a while ago when I noticed a small shed that was letting out cold air. I went inside and to my surprise, the place was filled with ice even in this hot weather. Oh, that's surprising indeed! I felt the need to report this matter to security, so I brought it here as proof. That's the ice room. It's used to store snow from winter. Oh, is that so? By the way, it's a serious crime to enter that room without permission. My oh my! Oh, scary! The two of them showed no sign of repentance. The ice room should not be opened until much later. The ice in that room is meant for Lady Kanna anyway. This will surely melt before I can bring it back. Uraha appeared worried, but everything seemed to be going according to her plan. Very well. After I nodded, Uraha adjusted her sitting posture to face Kanna. She put a piece of ice in her mouth, then placed the tray before Kanna. Please help yourself, Lady Kanna. You have done well. So it was your idea. Of course it was! What is the point of an ice room if it's not allowed to be open on a hot day like this? She took a pinch of the ice and put it in her mouth. Her pink lips closed. It's cold! Ryuya, you might try it, or you might try it as well. You have my permission. It was taboo to eat food meant for someone of Kanna's status. Since explaining that to her was too much trouble, I simply bowed and conceded. I'm grateful for the offer. I savored the feeling of cold numbness as I held the snow piece in my fingers. It was hot and humid outside. The wind that blew through the bamboo blinds had an ominous feel to it. I put the ice piece into my mouth. The piercing chill made me forget my doubt for a brief moment. Eating ice together like this, it's as if the three of us were a family with no food left for the remaining winter and forced to eat the ice off the roof. That's an interesting analogy. Don't take that too seriously. What's wrong? You have a tummy ache from eating too much ice? What's family like? Uraha replied first. Family? Well, to put it simply, it feels something like this. She plastered herself to Kanna's back. It's hot! Don't stick so close to me! Get away from me! Uraha got up to leave the room with a sad look on her face. Hold on, I didn't tell you to go that far away. Hey! I told you not to stick to me! Hold on! Don't keep going so far away, come over here. Why are you sticking to me as well? I just felt like doing this. Get away from me, both of you! Don't leave me, both of you! Make up your mind, will you? Honestly, you two are making fun of me. No, I wouldn't dare. But families stick close to each other, just like that. Is that so? Is that so? That was not the kind of family I knew. Indeed it's so. She went up to Kanna again and covered Kanna's embarrassed face with the sleeve. I can't breathe! family will stick so close to you that you can hardly breathe. Uraha maintained her smile with Kanna struggling under her arms. These two might look like close mother and daughter if one looked hard enough. Your honor, you honor me with your praise. I think she's trying to tell you that she can't breathe. Your ears must be playing tricks on you, Sir Ryuya. Right, Lady Kanna? Lady Kanna? Oh my, your face is bright red. Who do you think is to be blamed? To a breathless Kanna, Uraha replied nonchalantly. It's your fault for being too lovable, Lady Kanna. Your behavior is always so erratic. She did not sound unhappy for getting praised. Uraha, who had been watching Kanna all this time, turned to face me. You're still looking perplexed. That's how I look since I was born. That's boring. Show me some other expression. Don't be ridiculous. I looked at Kanna's face. The more I knew her, the more I thought she was an ordinary girl deep down. How long has Kanna been living like this? She has become more lively ever since you came here. I don't mean that. I'm asking how long she has been living in the shrine. I don't know. I've been locked up for as long as I could remember. Kanna's eyes clouded over with doubt. It was something she did not want to talk about. Is that so? I stopped prying and sat cross-legged once more. The ice on the serving tray turned to water with ripples running across its surface. It was evening when a strange rumor reached my ears. Sunset was approaching, and I was taking over watch duty at the inner door. Night came early in the mountains. In just half an hour, the sun had fallen behind the mountain opposite us, and the shrine became shrouded in darkness. After lighting up a torch, I noticed the worried looks on the guards' faces. Why are you looking so afraid? Your shift is over. What's there to worry about? You haven't heard, sir. His subdued voice sounded apprehensive. There are two kinds of guards. The first brazenly makes light of his duties. The second kind cowers and keeps a low profile until his duty is over. The guard belonged to the second kind, or this guard. Tell me. I won't tell anyone else. After I prompted him, he looked around before continuing. Everyone is restless. Lady Kannabe is. She isn't human. We are afraid she may bring divine retribution upon us if we anger her. But as far as I can see, there are not many people here who believe in divine retribution. The guard pondered for a while, then said in an even softer voice, I heard that long ago 2 winged beings, who were mother and daughter, were imprisoned in the shrine south of here. Imprisoned? I asked immediately. Imprison is a word which should not be used by one who guards the winged beings. The guard continued. The mother understood the nature of human and transformed into a demon. That same night, I was on my way back to the guard room after night sentry. A light was lit in the main shrine building when nobody should be living in there. It looked suspicious, so I went to check it out. It turned out to be Kanna. She was sitting at the steps with a small candlestick beside her. She was admiring the moon. Her cheeks looked like white porcelain in the frigid moonlight. Is something wrong? Oh, it's you, Ryuya. There's still time before sunrise. Go back to sleep before you catch a cold. Are you by yourself today? She ignored my warning and asked me another question. The guard on night duty is sick and he can't get up, so I took over his shift. Is that so? She sank into silence. I was suddenly at a loss for words. She had an all too solemn expression. Ryuya, do you dream? Dream? Yes. Sometimes I dream of things from the past. What kind of dreams were they? Could you tell me? My previous dreams surfaced vaguely in my mind. They were dreams about my travels, about the people I've met, and landscapes I've seen before. Travels? Were you by yourself? That's right. I see. Her eyebrows twitched under the moonlight. Were your dreams happy? They are painful if you have to ask. How does it feel to have painful dreams? Like rain clouds, perhaps. Rain clouds? Clouds that would soon bring rain. How do you drive away those clouds? Rain clouds go away with time. You just have to wait for them to pass. That might be the case. She looked up at me and smiled faintly. Her childlike eyes quivered with the light from the candle. What would you do for those long spells of rain? Long spells of rain, huh? I'll just talk to someone to brighten my day. Then heed me. It's raining right now. It looks like a clear moonlit night to me. Let's just pretend that it's raining. When I stayed silent, she commanded me, brusquely, You can't hear well from over there. Come closer. But don't stick to me. I know. I'm not about to make that kind of joke at this hour. Aren't you doing exactly that right now? It's too dark to see anything. You're useless. How about here? Good enough. She nodded. Then she gazed up at the moon and began to speak. It was a dream about it was a dream about when my younger self. Oh wait, no. It was a dream about was okay, whatever. My younger self sitting in darkness just like this one. I couldn't see anything. I didn't even know if my body existed. I was afraid and alone, but I told myself that I couldn't cry. Those were the days when I couldn't even dream of reprieve. She paused and looked up at the moon. But there were times when I saw a warm ray of light, a blurry image of someone. But when I approached, the light would fade away. I tried to chase after it, and that was when I woke up. I've had the same dream countless times. Kanna was smiling despite what she was saying. Smiles were said to have the power to ward off bad luck. If that were true, then Kanna's smile had to be nothing more than an empty husk. A warm radiance that lit the eternal darkness, forever sought after, but nevertheless remained a castle in the air. Do you know who that person might be? Your mother? Kanna had most likely expected that answer from me. A wind blew and the candlelight flickered. Kanna's dark hair caught the wind, rising as if to drive away the darkness. I don't remember my mother's face at all. Dreams are scenes of what you saw when you were awake. Even if you don't remember, you might see them in your dreams. Scenes of what I saw? Aw, she's so pretty. Kanna cocked her head. You were born from your mother just like everyone else, right? No matter how long you've been apart, you'll never forget. I smiled after I said that. I did not know what my parents looked like. They did not appear in my dreams either, but Kanna simply smiled. My body still remembers. She slowly held her hands to her chest. In that case, they weren't such bad dreams after all. The wind was picking up again. The silence continued in this enclosed reality. Kanna suddenly spoke. I want to see her. Is that too much to ask for someone of my status? A murmur that was meant for herself to hear. Unable to answer her, I remained silent. Do not fret, it's not your fault. Kanna consoled me as though she had sensed my thoughts. You are only fulfilling your duties. That's right. In that case, I too shall attend to mine. I'm going back to sleep. I took a bow at her and turned to head for the guardroom. However, I did not sense any movement behind me. When I turned back, Kanna was still standing there. What's wrong? There was no answer from her. Are you feeling lonely? Kanna's eyes looked moist in the moonlight. Are you crying? It's unbearable to be alone. I never thought it'd be this unbearable. You have done well for guarding me. After saying that, Kanna returned to her room. The next morning, we were having a meeting before the start of the day's work. A surprising order came from the higher-ups. Kanabi no Mikoto will be moved to the shrine up north to pray for a good harvest. The move will happen on the 23rd of July. See to your duties until you are given further instructions. When he ended his speech, I finally realized the gravity of the situation. Kanna was going to be moved to another temple. The news came as a shock to me. I have a question. Speak. Will we be following Kanabi no Mikoto to the other shrine? No, this estate needs tending to. We will all remain behind to cultivate this land. Everyone expressed their relief. Unlike me, they were all commoners. None of them had any desire to protect a winged being to begin with. I cannot accept this. I came here with the order to protect the winged being. That order has been rescinded. Rescinded. For what reason? Have I not told you the reason earlier? Somebody's trying to call me, and I'm not going to pick up. Our bickering continued for a while. However, my wish was not taken into consideration in the end. As the only one charged with protecting Kanna and a man from another land, no one else supported me. After receiving our orders, we began our day's work. I ignored everything and ran to find Kanna. Kanna, have you heard? Settle down, what's the matter? I just learned that you'll be moving to a shrine up north. Oh, it's that time already, huh? Kanna did not sound at all surprised. What's going on here? This happens every year. But I only found out about it this morning. My term of duty was not specified when I took on this task. I could only blame myself for not clarifying beforehand. However, my God! However, nothing would change even if I lost my temper here. The decision has been made. There's nothing you can do. Her cynicism seemed to imply that she knew what I was thinking. But this treatment is just... I'll be assigned other guards, and those in this shrine are to remain behind, correct? You knew about it. It was always the same in the past. She wore an empty smile and acted unconcerned. We won't be seeing each other anymore. When is the date of departure? 23rd of July. So there are not many days left. Are you fine with this arrangement? Kanna stared at me. What do you mean? I'm asking you if you're fine with leaving everything behind. There's nothing I can do. Her reply was lacking her usual vigor. You'll be separated from Uraha and I. Oh? You like me that much? She tried provoking me with her snappy voice. Her bluff only made my heart ache even more. There will be eccentric people at the new place as well. But Uraha and I won't be there. Don't be so full of yourself! Do I look that weak to you? I'll survive even without you. That was something she had said during our first meeting. I could survive on my own. For better or worse, I had already seen the other side to Kanna. A glimpse of her frailty under the moonlight. Kanna must have understood back then. One day, she would be leaving this place alone. Stop lying. What? You feel lonely, don't you? No, I don't! Then why did you tell me about your past? Weren't you feeling lonely because you wanted to see your mother? I never said that! There's no point in yearning for the impossible. How do you know it's impossible? Is your mother already dead? Kanna's expression changed instantly. She's not dead! How can you be certain? She's not dead! That can't happen! Her face turned bright red. She shook her head like a spoiled child. I could understand how she felt. That faint, warm light she saw in her dreams, even if that was an illusion. My mother is definitely somewhere out there thinking of me. But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. By subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!